Okay, so I went to the Sulphur Springs meeting last Friday, and it was a really good meeting. There was quite a few people there, and one showed up from Sulphur Springs this time, so that was good. We went over some upcoming fundraisers and events that the parish people are doing, and I thought that we could maybe go to that if we wanted to. One of them was in December. It's called the Spirit of Giving, and what they do is it's on, I guess there's a square in Paris.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
And they're gonna, okay, you're there too. And what they do is they gather items and stuff. It could be anything. The families come up there and they're like, hey, do y'all have this? We need this for our children or whatever. And if they have it, you direct them to and you can give it to them. So I have a lot of stuff because I cleaned up my room finally for like 10 years. So I got some stuff to give away. So if you want to give it to me, I plan on going there and I can give it to them. And space, I don't want to say it's a garage sale because that's kind
They
of
did
down.
it at the farmer's market. They called it the Spirit of Giving.
Say that again.
They did it one year in the farmer's market.
That's cool.
There's a bunch of stuff like our church specifically was doing like blankets and pillows.
Oh, that's cool.
And it sounds like the exact same thing. It was called the Spirit of Giving. So
I was neat, and I think that'd be fun to do. It wouldn't really require much effort. It's just the drive out there would be the hardest thing. They're talking about doing a warm sock drive and donating socks to, what was it called? The RSVP, the Retired Senior Veterans Program, or any nursing home, I think. It's just anyone that has little bubbles on it on the bottom of it. Just different things that are thrown around. They have a luncheon coming up this Saturday in Paris for, I guess, high-minded
Homecoming.
people.
So they were wanting workers for the homecoming events. So
It's like a black tie affair or something. I don't know, it's a big deal.
Did we volunteer any of our people to do this?
no,
We just hit at this table. Coming up is Founders Day on November 19th. Are we still talking about doing a little cake or something like that?
what do y'all want to do?
I don't care.
You want to explain what is Founders Day?
It's when we were founded. Is that correct me? We're celebrating the day PTK was officialized.
okay, that's okay.
Where was it?
Where'd you?
Wait.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Up north. It was up north in a little town. Oklahoma. Was it Oklahoma?
Way up in Oklahoma.
Yeah, up in them northern states like Oklahoma.
Yeah, up in the cold north.
You're close. You're in the right geographic area.
It was Missouri, wasn't it?
Yes,
They're the
Missouri.
same thing.
It's the same thing. People don't tell me about
Okay. I dare you to go into Oklahoma and say that.
This is Missouri, right?
Yeah, or into Missouri.
The north.
Anything about Texas is
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
They're pushing the C4 college completion deal coming up.
Can we go back
Yeah.
on the Founders Day?
Yeah.
Now that we know what it is,
Okay.
do we want to do something?
You got my feathers on board.
Mm-hmm. In the past, what we've done is we have bought like a quarter sheet cake, and it says something like "Happy Birthday" or "Happy Founding Phi Theta Kappa," and we just
I like cake.
we stand in the lobby and we slice pieces of cake and give it to everybody, just as a kind of a advertisement. Exactly.
Hey, come.
So if we wanted,
We got bookmarks we can pass out to
That
you.
was tough swag.
okay, was it cake, bookmarks?
You have to have the cake and the bookmarks.
I just want the cake.
Yes.
But don't use it as a bookmark.
Oh, his mom makes cakes, my sister makes cakes. I kind of forgot about that, so we might either time with it.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Oh, that might be.
I mean, we're talking like a quarter sheet cake. So, I mean, we're talking, yeah, quarter sheet cake. So it's about this size. In the past, what we've done is gone to Jolly Ye Old Bakery at Walmart and just bought a I mean, we pick out a sheet cake from the pre-made sheet cakes and say, would you please write Happy Founders Day PTK on it? And we get it. That's what we've done in the past.
Because nobody there can spell Phi Theta Kappa.
Exactly.
I was thinking, I can see how big my mom can make a cake.
Okay.
That way, it saves some money. We can use that money to go do something.
Okay.
What's that?
Have his mom make a cake.
That way we use the money that we would spend going and buying the cake to do other fundraisers and stuff.
Okay, I mean, that's fine with me.
I think so. The only thing let me double check with Deanna
Okay,
and just see if we're allowed to do that. I mean, not that your mom is going to make a bad cake, but are we allowed to
but
have?
there are health department regulations, like at our church, we can't invite people in to something and sell homemade food.
Yeah.
So,
So let me check and see, just to make sure. Now, if we're going to do that the 19th,
That's a Wednesday.
we're talking 2 weeks.
yeah. So that means we
They
need to
put
get a
on the
PO
PO.
off.
Like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 months ago.
Yeah, literally.
In triplicate.
Yes. I sent in the POs for Halloween.
All right, thank you.
So that's all been done. So we'll check and let you know in the next day or two
Okay.
on what we can do as far as the cake, but thank you. And I'm not, saying, no, that's a
Yeah,
bad
it's all
idea,
health code.
but just want to make sure that we don't get in legal difficulties, so that if Dr. Anglin came in, our president, and she saw this cake and it was a homemade cake, she'd be, what the heck is this homemade cake doing? Here, you can't do that on this campus. And we go, oh, so sorry. I don't think she'd buy the so sorry part. So, okay.
You remember what she was saying about the scholarship essays and how they were opening up the writing center?
Yes, she said that they were going to open up the writing center over in Paris to help people who are applying for scholarships with the essay portion of it.
Okay.
So I don't believe she gave a date on it, though.
No, but I thought that'd be something that we could do here too.
Yeah.
Do we have a writing center?
Not technically. What we've got is, tutors that work in there.
We could
and-
just have a scholarship essay night. That sounds kind of lame, but
No.
I mean, people might come to it. But they were saying at the district meeting, I think that's on the November 22nd,
Mhm.
something like that, that they're going to have English teachers there, and that while the meeting is going on, that they're going to be revising your scholarship essays if you want to. And so that'd be a way to, kill two birds with one stone.
I believe so.
Shoot, I won't be there. Oh, well. Have something in McKinney that day.
I knew I was about to do my essays.
I was going to be in downtown Dallas on the grassy knoll.
Oh, they're doing a Thanksgiving basket in Paris that they're selling tickets for. And they said if we wanted to send some items over there, we could. But I think that it's coming to an end pretty soon, so I don't know if we'll be able to do that. Oh, so at the next chapter meeting in Silver Springs, we're thinking about having a party. And we're going to be bringing gifts. We talked about it, bringing gifts to do the, where do you remember we talked about the Spirit of Giving deal? In Paris, I think they have it in Greenville. They get around on the block and families come and it's kind of like a big get together where they say, hey, do you have a blanket? And so we direct them to a table that has blankets on. They just take it and go home and give it as a present or just need it or something like that. But at the party, we were talking about bringing items so that way that all the items brought, we could do it for the Spirit of Giving. That way it could be like having a party, but I mean, I don't know. It'd be a good, easy way to get some.
When is the next chapter meeting?
December 5th.
Yep.
Okay.
And they're talking about for Nerd Nation coming up on April 15th in the spring, that the way that they think that they're going to choose people for it is if they have like their 5-star competitive edge done and if they've been active in the chapter. So if you are interested in that, then it'd be beneficial to do the 5-star competitive edge. There you go. And they're talking about doing a Valentine's dance in February for a little spring fundraiser.
Okay.
About all I have.
Do you have anything else there?
No, those are the same things I had written down, so.
Oh, for the C4 deal, I have a bunch of those things at home, and then she gave us these posters so we can put up our meeting times around the campus and different things that we have, so I'll bring those.
Okay, we probably have some as well. I know we do.
And then those bookmarks, she gave us some cute ones and stuff.
Okay.
So for the Spirit of Giving, do we actually go down there and participate in that, or we just
If you
bring in
want to.
stuff?
You can either give it to me and I'll take it down there, but if you want to go down there and volunteer and help pass out, then that's something you can do too.
So it's on the square in Paris on
Yeah,
what day?
December 20th.
December 20th, okay.
Yeah.
When are we bringing stuff, like just whenever we meet?
You can bring it
And
whenever.
what is it again? You said sauce?
Oh, I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. The
Okay.
warm soft dry, that was just an idea they were throwing out.
So just, you said like warm coats, gently used.
That's for the Silver Springs campus, they're doing a
Oh.
code drive right now. But just anything that's gently used, that you're not using anymore, then you can donate it to that or.
So if you do have some coats and you'd like to, you can give them to Jay or I,
Okay.
and we can take them over to the Sulphur Springs campus. So they are collecting gently used or new jackets, hoodies, sweatshirts, anything that'll help people get through the winter.
Okay.
So if you've got something like that, we'll gladly accept it and take it over to them. Let's see, did any of our pictures make it? Do you know if?
I still have not sent them, I'm sorry.
Okay. We have a bunch of pictures. Thank you, everybody who participated in the Halloween on the Square. It was an awesome, I think we had nine of you all present. And I got like 2 other emails from people saying, I wish I could have been there. So that's a great turnout. And I think it was fun.
It was a little cold.
A little cool.
It's a little windy. That's all
Well, we
right.
were in the shade with a good wind blowing, so it made it kind of bad.
Kind of affected the game a little bit. They started to toss the
Yeah.
10 miles away. But,
So I think it's,
Are we still wanting to do the Remind 101 thing?
the what?
The Remind
Remind.
101 from
the app,
app?
where you can like send messages.
Oh, yes, I'm getting that,
Okay.
so I will have that.
Oh, I got contacted by the Fish Ministries, and they
Oh.
said that they are in need of women's items and sanitary items and stuff like that, and they can always use cans and anything. So if we wanted to do something for them, that's another thing
Okay, so I guess, got to decide what, I mean, you're talking about the gift on the square, that'll be up on Paris. Do we want to fold in with that, or do we want to do our own thing
we can do.
here in this area?
Greenville,
Okay,
That would be
because
cool.
it'd be better to benefit our community, not shunning other communities, but like.
I'll
Like
definitely,
at home.
I'll definitely ask my church because they
Yeah.
should know, because they didn't like post it, they kind of posted it, so I'm gonna see if we're
Yeah,
doing it
let's
again.
talk about that.
And if not, then maybe we figure out who's doing that.
And
Okay.
then the Fish Ministries could be something we do in the spring whenever they're not too busy and don't have a lot.
you're still
Yeah,
getting?
I'll get dates from him and like how many people will need for the Toys for Tots.
Okay.
Make sure I get that.
So that'll be our big Christmas thing, we'll help
I
with
think that'd
Toys
be a
for
lot of
Tots
fun.
here in Greenville.
Is everyone okay with that, doing the Toys for Tots?
Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Anybody not okay with that? Anybody against giving kids toys?
Wow.
I
that.
Isn't that great how you phrase it, something
I love
like
it,
that?
right?
Anyone opposed to giving needy kids toys
right.
for Christmas? Scrooge.
Yeah.
humbug.
Yeah.
So we'll do that and be thinking about, again, what you want to do as far as in the spring. I'd like to, again, this is me pushing it. If you want to push back and say, no, we're not going to do this, that's great. But did they say anything at all at the meeting on the honors in action?
No.
Okay.
They mentioned what it was, one of the new
All I know is they're taking over, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Then what I'd like to do, we did this one year and it worked out a little bit, but I'd like to make it a big thing. If you look at honors in action, so that's my challenge to you, go online to the ptk.org, click on the icon for honors in action, and just kind of be looking through it and kind of pick out what area you might be the most interested in. What we've done in the past, and it was kind of cool, is we picked an evening, like a Friday evening, and for the topic, sometimes they list movies that are under that topic. We had a movie night here. And so we brought in popcorn, and we went to, you know, the Walmart and bought the jujubes and the milk duds and the other things, and brought in sodas, and we just played the movie in a classroom with one of the projectors, and we just had a movie night. So if we want to do something like that to kind of kick off this honors in action.
Yeah.
So I guess that means, though, that you'd have to look at it and figure out what topic, general area, and then we'll pick a movie that kind of, so if it's on the frontiers of medicine, something like Tron, or, you know, The Body Snatchers, or something like that, that kind of is the cutting edge as far as medical technology.
Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. If it's some other area, what kind of movie as far as pushing, even an old, if we wanted to get really campy, one of those old sci-fi films from the 1950s, you know, that you can make fun of today.
Right.
But Lost in Space kind of thing.
2001 Space.
Exactly, 2001 in Space. Weirdest movie ever.
That would,
Yeah, now they also did a sequel to it, and I don't know why I went to see it with some friends.
did you see that the Rockwall Harbor thing? They
Yeah.
had it playing there.
This was actually up in Ohio when I was in college, and we went to it and we watched this movie, and it was a spin-off of 2001, and the astronauts and the computer, I have no idea how the computer in this spaceship, but the astronauts and the computer were all high. So
How's
it's
the
like,
computer get high?
no man, that doesn't compute, man.
That is advances in technology.
And it was just like the weirdest movie ever, because the computer was like stoned in this. And then
It's really bad when the computer gets the money.
exactly, that's the wrong kind of virus for it to have.
Start eating floppy disks.
But what made it even weirder is when we were done with the movie, my friends and I were not stoned or anything. We watched the movie, and we had a couple guys walk up to us, and we're in our car about ready to leave, and they walked up to the window and was like, "Hey man, we're gonna have this great party at our dorm. Why don't you come over? It's gonna be epic." Roll the window back up, and we took off. But they were obviously in the film as well. So, but I mean, that kind of be thinking as far as a general topic, and we could do some flyers and other things just to let people know we're having a movie night, and we can do it in one of the big rooms, or we can do it in a classroom like this, push the tables back, bring in beanbag chairs, whatever we want to do, and just have a movie night.
That'd be super fun.
So
Maybe after this semester.
I'm thinking beginning of January.
Yeah.
Do something
Every class.
like the first week or two of the spring semester before things get out of hand already. So be thinking about that.
Are you wanting us to pick a topic before the spring semester?
Be thinking about it.
Okay.
Be thinking about it. But we're going to move on it
Okay.
and do something. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? Are any of you planning on graduating this semester, this December? Okay. I do not think that we have any extra tassels and or stoles. So if you're interested in the Phi Theta Kappa tassel and or stole, I strongly recommend you go to ptk.org and go to the store at ptk.org and order your tassel. If you want to wear a tassel and a stole, order it like today. I don't think the demand is going to be nearly as bad now as it will be in the into the May semester, because that's traditionally graduation. But in May, it's almost one of those where if you're graduating in May, you want to order your tassel and your stole by March or April. So that way you make sure you get it. And we probably I'll check with Diane and see how we're going to do it this year. If we're going to do something systematic where we order it, or if we're going to just tell everybody to order it for themselves. Because in the past, we've ordered things, but then people have come in and said, "Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to place an order. Do you have any extras?" And then people get mad and upset because we don't have the right number of stoles and tassels, and we didn't get them in on time, and all that sort of stuff. So be thinking about it if you are graduating this December and you plan on walking across the stage and you want to have the tassel and stole. I think it's like $8 for the tassel and $12 for the stole, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, and those are things that you can have to separate you from the other penguins that are walking across the stage, because everybody is in the same looking black gown with the black hat. At least you have a little bit of orange on you, so your friends and relatives that are sitting in the stands
See
can
you all
go,
the way across the room
exactly.
and walk out.
They can see you and they can point you out, because there's only going to be about 50 of you wearing that, and that makes you look different than everybody else. So,
I had a little idea if y'all are wanting to do the competitive edge more, that we could have a little competitive edge night or something and have some pizza and then work on it.
okay.
So that would have a little set time to do it.
Yeah. Let me check. Can I have a piece of paper? May I have a piece of paper?
Yes.
Would y'all be interested in maybe doing a competitive edge night and just sitting down and working on it? Yeah, it'd be so much fun. You know the competitive edge deal?
Yeah.
It'd be fun to do it and sit down and do it all together.
Thank you.
If y'all want to do it.
Let me check with the that's why I was getting a piece of paper. Let me check with the front office and see if there's an evening when the computer lab is open,
Okay.
because we want to do it in the computer lab.
Yeah.
And we can't have it on a night when there's a class in the computer lab.
I mean, can we not do it with laptops? Or does
We
that-
could, but it's,
I'm not sure if everybody-
somebody's going to come in and not bring a laptop.
Right.
And so it's just better to have computers there, so that if somebody wants to come in and they just think about it, then we've
Yeah.
got all the computers ready to go, and assuming they're all going to be networked and working. But
Right. You can bring
Yeah.
laptops into the computer lab, right?
yes,
Okay.
so I will see about what evening the computer lab would be open, and we can see about setting up a evening. Maybe even if we wanted to do it on a Friday evening.
Yeah.
Or
We could do a movie night and competitive edge night or
we
something.
could. Now, what we could do, if we advertise for competitive edge, we could be sneaky about it. Put the word scholarship in about 92-point font
Y'all.
on your flyers,
Yeah.
and put a $sign in about 118-point font, and then in 2-point font you write competitive edge.
Yeah.
And then you give the date and that sort of stuff. But if you did that
well, yeah,
type,
it's smart because it is helping them with scholarships.
exactly. So if
And
you
plus, they
did
can work on scholarships while.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if we turn it into like a scholarship / competitive edge night,
That is so much fun.
then we could do that, and maybe I can. Well, I can. I'll talk to Chris Nichols as one of our English instructors and see if he would be willing to give up, if he could give up some of his time to maybe come in and help as far as an instructor in English to help with writing.
That'd be awesome.
So we could. Do you want to do that this semester, or do you want to do that at the beginning of next semester?
Either way, I mean, I'm sure everyone's going to be really busy at the end of this semester with exams coming up and stuff, but it's up to y'all. I'm cool with whatever.
This
It might
semester,
be
next
beneficial
semester.
to you since you're graduating this.
Well, you're thinking this semester, next semester.
I'd probably say next because we got a lot of.
Yeah, I say next.
Next, I'm sorry, yeah, this semester, next semester.
Next.
Okay, next has it. So we will do
Okay,
this,
We have a lot coming up at the end of
Yeah.
this semester.
so we're gonna do this in January.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's one scholarship on the fall that I have no idea what I'm gonna write. It's talk about what you've done related to your field of study and like your community and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know anything about nutrition. It's like, because that's my field of study, so I have no idea what I'm gonna write.
Well, what you could do would be, if you could arrange it, going to an elementary school,
Uh-huh.
showing them the new food table.
Yeah, and that.
I mean,
makes
it's
that
no longer the food table the food pyramid that we used to have. Talking to little kids about the new food table. I mean, that could be something that you could do. And
That's the thing. I need to do something for sure. 'Cause-
but that would be something you could do with that. What's your major?
Nursing.
Nursing?
Got it.
I'm not sure what to do.
Before CPR.
There you go. Shock people and then CPR them back to life. Yeah, I don't know if we can get away with that. Exactly.
I was gonna fake a heart attack.
Exactly. Hippocratic oath might be a little bit wrong on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
Probably gonna be
The competitive edge, is that different from that research?
Yes. Competitive age is solely for you personally.
Okay.
So, okay. Go to your classes.